Beelzebub's Tales to His Grandson, Chapter 42. Beelzebub in America. 2 Diagnostics later, when the intersystem ship Karnak had resumed its falling, and the confirmed followers of our respected Mullah Nasr-ad-Din had again sat down in the usual seats, Hussein once more turned to Beelzebub with the following words. My dear grandfather, may I remind you, as you bade me, about the three-brained beings of the planet Earth, about those, how are they called? About the beings who breed and exist just on the diametrically opposite side of the place where contemporary terrestrial civilization is flourishing. About those three-brained beings there who, as you were saying, are very great devotees of the foxtrot. Ah, about those Americans. Yes, that's it, about those Americans, joyously exclaimed Hussein. Of course I remember. I did indeed promise to tell you a little also about those contemporary queer ducks there. And Beelzebub began thus. I happened to visit that part of the surface of your planet now called North America just before my final departure from that solar system. I went there from my last place of existence on that planet, namely from the city Paris of the continent of Europe. From the continent of Europe, I sailed there on a steamship, according to the custom of all contemporary what are called dollar holders, and arrived in the capital of North America, in the city of New York, or as it is sometimes called there, the city of the melting pot of the races of the earth. From the pier, I went straight to a hotel called the Majestic, which had been recommended to me by one of my Paris acquaintances, and which for some reason or other was additionally, though not officially, called Jewish. Having settled in this Majestic hotel, I went the same day to look up a certain Mr. there, who also had been recommended to me by still another of my Paris acquaintances. By this word Mr., every being of the male sex is called on that continent who does not wear what is called a skirt. When I found this Mr., to whom I had a letter of introduction, he, as is proper to every genuine American businessman, was up to his eyes in innumerable, as is said there, dollar businesses. I think I might as well remark now at the very beginning of my elucidations about these Americans, that those three-brained beings there, especially the contemporary ones, who constitute the root population on this part of the surface of your planet, are in general almost all occupied only with these dollar businesses. On the other hand, with the trades and professions indispensable in the process of being existence, exclusively only those beings are occupied among them who have gone there from other continents temporarily, or for the purpose, as is said, of earning money. Even in this respect, the surrounding conditions of ordinary being existence among your contemporary favorites, chiefly among those breeding on this continent, have been transformed, so to say, into tra-la-la-ooh-la-la-la-la, or as our respected teacher Mullah Nasr-ad-Din would define it, a soap bubble that lasts a long time only in a quiet medium. Among them, there at the present time, these surrounding conditions of ordinary collective existence have already become such that if, for some reason or other, the specialist professionals of all the kinds necessary for their ordinary collective existence should cease to come to them from the other continents to earn money, then it is safe to say that within a month, the whole established order of their ordinary existence would completely break down, since there would be none among them who could even so much as bake bread. The chief cause of the gradual resulting of such an abnormality there among them is, on the one hand, the law established by them themselves in respect of the rights of parents over their children, and on the other hand, the institution in schools for children of what is called a dollar savings bank, together with the principle of implanting in children a love of such dollars. Thanks to this, and to still various other peculiar external conditions of ordinary existence also established by them themselves, just this love of dollar businesses and of dollars themselves has become in the common presence of each of the native inhabitants of this continent who reaches responsible age, the predominant urge during his responsible what is called feverish existence. That is why each one of them is always doing dollar business, and moreover always several of them at once. Although the aforesaid Mr., to whom I had a letter of introduction, was also very busy with these dollar businesses, he nevertheless received me very cordially. When he read the letter of introduction I presented to him, a strange process immediately began in him, which has already been noticed even by certain of your favorites, it having also become inherent in your contemporary favorites in general, and which they call unconscious preening. And this same process proceeded in him because, in the letter I presented, the name of a certain other acquaintance of mine, also a Mr., was mentioned, who, in the opinion of many, and of this Mr. also, was considered, as they call him behind his back, a damn clever fellow, that is to say, a dollar expert. In spite of his having been entirely seized with this inherency proper to your contemporary favorites, he nevertheless, as he talked with me, gradually calmed down, and eventually he informed me that he was ready to place himself entirely at my disposal. Suddenly, however, he remembered something, whereupon he added that to his profound regret, owing to circumstances over which he had absolutely no control, he could not possibly oblige me that day, but not until the following day, because he was extremely busy with important affairs. And indeed, with the best will in the world, he could not have done so, for these unfortunate Americans, who are always governed by these dollar businesses of theirs, can do what they please only on Sundays, whereas it just happened that the day I went to see him was not a Sunday. There on that continent, all dollar and other businesses depend never upon the beings themselves. On the contrary, your favorites there always themselves depend entirely on these businesses of theirs. In short, the day not being Sunday, this genuine American Mr. was unable to do as he pleased, namely, go along with me and introduce me to the people necessary to me. And we had therefore to agree to meet the following morning at a defined place on the famous street there called Broadway. This street, Broadway, is the foremost and principal street not only in this New York, but, as is said there, is the